we are trying to build a more sustainable, affordable electric motorbike, but a transport system for Boda Bodas, or you could say motorbike users in East Africa and wider Africa. Yeah. So our focus isn't just Kenya or East Africa, it's right across Africa.
Yeah. Welcome back to the My First Business podcast. This is a mini episode where I take some of the best parts of my interviews with phenomenal entrepreneurs and chop it up for you like a snack. Tell the audience a little about what FIKA is.
I'll tell you what FIKA is.
Or what Boda Bodas. Am I saying that right?
Yeah. And I'll tell you why they're called Boda Bodas. But I'll tell you how FIKA came about.
Yeah.
We're on a family holiday. We're on a cruise ship. And we're in the Med. And I'm lying there on a sunbed looking out to the sea. And who's to my left? My brother. And he's looking at me and he turns around and he goes, "Can I talk to you?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" He's like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, why?" He said, "I know you've had a couple of drinks, but you seem to be mumbling something to yourself. Have you got a headphone on or something?" I'm like, "No, why?" He's like, "You seem like you're talking to yourself." I'm like, "Why? What's the issue, man?" And he's like, "What are you thinking?" I said, "Man, I'm bored." He said, "Well, you're bored in life or you're bored on the cruise ship?" I'm like, "Well, kind of a bit both, man." He said, "You're bored here as well?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's nice, but anyways, chill. We need to chill. What's up?" He said, "What are you thinking? Is there something in your head? I know it." I said, "Man, there's a lot of talk about EVs, electric vehicles." He said, "Yes." I said, "Don't you think we can do this for Boda Bodas and three-wheelers, tuk-tuks in Kenya?" He said, "Yeah, why don't you go and research it, man? Why don't we do it?" Anyway, so a Boda Boda is a motorbike, usually from an Indian OEM, but it can be Chinese, of course, or any OEM. Mm-hmm. And they're very big seats, very robust, 125 to 150 cc, some 100 cc. And they got the name Boda Boda from pretty much our side of Kenya, where the family's from, which is Kisumu, going to the Uganda side. They don't say border to border. They kind of drop the R sometimes. So they go Boda Boda. So it's like, I'm going border to border, right? But it was actually Boda Boda. So we used to have a Boda Boda guy in the office. He was private, gig economy sort of guy in Kenya. And he would sometimes take me and my brother. But more importantly, he would move our samples really quickly through the traffic. I need to get this light to that end of town, or I need to pick up that document. So use a Boda. He's a courier, basically. Yeah. And they do it really efficiently. So one day he comes to me and my brother or me and he goes, "I want to buy a motorbike." I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Tell me." And he goes, "I need $150. I'm looking at him like, "You're buying a motorbike for $150? He's like, "Yes, sir." And I'm like, "What sort of crap is that? What shitty bike are you, excuse my language, but what shitty bike are you buying for $150? He said, No, sir. The bike is $1,000. You put $150 down and you microfinance, and we pay $25 a week for 18 to 24 months, depending on our plan." I said, "Okay." He said, "So will you give me the money?" I said, "Patrick, wait." So I came back the next day and he came and said, "So have you decided?" I said, "Yeah, I'm good to give you the money, but I want to understand, how does this work? So I'm an entrepreneur. I want to know, how's he going to
This is after the cruise ship incident or before?
After. Okay. I don't know. It's kind of like things happened, right? It aligned forward, or you could say there was some manifestation, right? So I'm sitting there with him and I'm like, "How does this work?" So he says, "I buy the bike for this and I put this deposit and I pay this much." I said, "So how much is fuel in it?" He said, "Depending on kilometers, but this is the average." And then I said, "Obviously there's maintenance, carburetor, oil, brakes in the month." He said, "Yeah, this." And I said, "How much do you earn?" He said, "I can't tell you that." I said, "Dude, I'm not interfering in your business. I'm just trying to understand how this works. I'm thinking of something on borders." And he goes, "What are you thinking?" I said, "First, give me this." I asked first. So he sat down, he gave me the numbers. I said, "Okay, you're making money, but really you're just churning cash over. So you are making
He's playing
money.
A volume game.
Yeah,
than a profit game.
But he's rotating money, basically. Right. He's making money, but he could make a lot more. So I said, "What do you think of electric bikes?" He says, "It's not going to work." Like, "Why is it not going to work?" "Where will we charge? Well, how are we going to charge the bike?" Sorry, I'm doing Kenya accent.
I love it, yeah. Please do continue.
Where are we going to charge? I'm like, "We'll figure that out." Yeah. "But electric is dangerous. It can kill us. It can blow up. We'll die." I'm like, okay. Anyway, I said, right.
What WhatsApp forwards have you been getting? By
So I'm like, dude, here's $150. I literally gave him $150 worth of shillings and said, here's go and do your thing. Yeah. And he said, I'll pay you back sooner. And he did in a month or less. No, it was about a month and a bit. Anyway, I then went off on this Googling tour on the computer and traveling China and traveling India and checking various things. And I was very close to taking on a container of 20 foot and 40 foot. And then it dawned on me. Patrick said, where are we going to charge? I'm like, yeah, I could bring this bikes in, but where the hell am I going to charge this? Anyway, the research showed we needed to build motorbikes with a battery swapping technology. So what FIKA is in a nutshell. So FIKA in Swahili means to arrive or have arrived. So FIKA is basically, we are trying to build a more sustainable, affordable electric motorbike, but a transport system for Boda Bodas, or you could say motorbike users in East Africa and wider Africa. Yeah. So our focus isn't just Kenya or East Africa, it's right across Africa.
Yeah.
And we intend to do that and have been doing it through an electric motorbike with a battery swappable technology, which is IoT driven in the battery with a full BMS system. So we know where the battery is, we know where the IoT gives us all the GPS coordinates, and we can see the battery health and conditions as well, where it's been swapped, how many times it's been swapped, the health and state of the battery, so on and so forth. And that's basically what FIKA is. We built 2 POCs. They landed in March 2020, which is probably the most ideal time they could not have landed in Kenya because of COVID. Yeah. But we did some aggressive testing. We enhanced the bike from a hub motor to a mid motor. We bought 24 units in. We chose low-hanging fruit to go into activation, which is B2B.
So
Rewind.
courier companies and stuff like that?
Yeah, courier, small SMEs who have 3 bikes, 5 bikes, 10 bikes, or third-party logistics companies, TPLs, is commonly called here as well. Rewind a little bit, end of Jan 2020, February 2020. I did a course in MIT by a fantastic professor called Bill Olet. We actually brought him into EO chapter here last year. He did what is called one of his flagship courses is called Disciplined Entrepreneurship. Or the Entrepreneurship. Disciplined Entrepreneurship is the name of the book, actually, but Entrepreneurship Development Program, EDP, is the name of the course. And he basically teaches you how to build an IDE, not an SME, and the hockey stick approach. And I learned so much through that course. And what I really learned was know your customer. Do you have a paying customer? Build a persona out of your customer. So I had Patrick, right? So I started building out that persona of what a Patrick is and what a Julius is and what a, Onyango is or whatever he is. And sorry, I'm saying he, but that's the predominant level of the persona there of a Boda rider. And then do you have a paying customer is when you know you've got a business model to go forward to. And then who's your decision-making unit? Who's your decision-making person? There could be multiple or just one person. And how are you going to scale this? And how to do A/B testing. Because we did all that. We actually built a mock business of doing that in our 6-7 day course. And it was phenomenal. And it also helped me during COVID when the car wash business shut down and I had to pivot to disinfection and sanitization. Somebody said, why don't you look into this? And I said, yeah, but how would I get customers? So I started sticking out, got a quick flyer made and started sticking out ads on Facebook and Instagram. And I didn't really get much traction. I got a few from Facebook. And then I very quickly realized those are eyeballing places, not so much Facebook, but definitely Instagram. Instagrams is about PR and eyeballing. That's what it is, right? You and I will finish today and I'll take a great picture of us 2 handsome men and I'll Instagram it and it's great PR for me, right?
Sure.
And maybe for you.
Yeah.
Now, probably more for you.
Well, this is the whole game.
Yeah, there you go. And then I realized I'm going to get onto Google Ads because part of the thing was how do you target your customers? How do you get your product? And how do you A/B test that? You can A/B test anything through Google, right? These
days.
And that's what I did. I put up a quick website using, I don't know, one of these GoDaddy.com things.
Yeah. Just a landing page.
A landing page, phone number, put some pictures up there. Got someone in the office to help me from the lighting design team. We put this thing, it looked okay. and got through a friend got a really nice connect on a Google sort of analytics guy.
Yeah.
A wonderful
like a specialist.
Russian guy,
Yeah.
Daniel,
Okay.
who I've actually referred to several EOs and love him.
Yeah.
And he's really super efficient because he's analytical. And that's what Google Ads is about. It's about analytics at the end of the day and understanding. And he said, well, you need to spend so many thousands on this. I'm like, man, I don't have that sort of money. I'm like literally at zero revenue for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And we got off onto that foot. And those are the learnings from small learnings. They're not the big scale learnings, but they're the foot learnings of how you can, having to, venture into something new. And I applied that here, right? Or not necessarily something new, but a new vertical.
All right, that's all, folks. I hope you enjoyed that teaser. I think you will love the full episode. I'll leave the links in the description below, or you can head on over to my website. It's npervez.com. Before you head off, I have just one more question to ask you. Why haven't you subscribed yet?